Howdy ho, everyone. Welcome to the Bloody Buddy Hangout. I don't know what that was.
That surprised me.
Oh, because it wasn't welcome.
Yeah, I mean, you've conditioned us.
Yeah, I decided to just do this for random. I don't know. I was like, so what are we going to talk about? Well, I'll let you guys decide, I guess.
Fair enough.
Okay.
We can talk horror. We can talk anything. Just keep it entertaining and happy and sunshine and rainbows.
I thought you wanted us to keep it clean. I was going to say, screw that. I'm out.
You're like, fuck that shit. Do you guys see any new movies lately?
No.
Ray, have you watched anything?
All I do is watch movies. Or Portlandia.
Feminist bookstore. Anyways, movies. I haven't watched any movie at all in like a week. So
Yeah, I've done that before.
The last movie I did watch was The Haunting original from 1962 or 3.
I think it's 1963.
Yeah,
If I remember correctly.
I think it is too. That's the last one I've watched.
I've seen the remake.
It's awful.
I know.
It's so bad.
The only good part about the movie was Owen Wilson getting beheaded.
Which is so confusing too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, last time I showed you guys my Zombie Bloodbath trilogy set, and I just finished that. That was pretty good, but it's shot on video kind of movies, so it was really low quality, but it was good for what it was trying to do.
Everything these days.
I think it's about to start storming. I'm hearing some rumbles of thunder.
I had that the other day. We had a bad thunderstorm for like an hour. And the sun came out and we're like, what was that for?
What have you watched, Ray? Have you watched anything other than a movie that shouldn't be named?
I watched Jeepers Creepers 3 and Residue today.
I've been wondering about Residue, but I haven't. It's one I just always look at and think, maybe.
I mean, it's interesting. I don't know. It wasn't like when the movie ended, I was kind of wanting more. I was like, that's it.
Well, I mean, it was meant to be kind of like a TV pilot, I think, and then no one picked it up, so...
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like the worst thing
that's what I'm thinking of. I may make sure that's what I don't remember.
Oh, James Mox Trailers is here.
Oh, no. No, I'm thinking of something different. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Or wait, or am I? There's 2 residues. Why are there... I'm done. There's the residue with the demon thing and the author, and then there's another residue that has something to do with ghost or something. And I'm thinking of the one that has to do with ghost, but yeah.
Gotcha. I suppose this one was like a demonic thing, but it was really...
That's...
I don't know.
That's like That's like Haunting in Connecticut, the next sequel, Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia.
Yeah. I love that title. It's a great title.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about the creeper?
Creepy Jeepers.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. Again.
One has set the bar so low for you. How can you be disappointed?
I don't know what I was expecting, but that was not it. Like, it ended, and I was like, what the fuck? Really?
It looks nice.
Like, some of it was pretty cool, but then, like, I was excited that a lot of the action took place during the day, so I could actually see what was going on and not just be like, when there's a shiny thing in the dark, know that it was the creeper's face. But then, like, it didn't go anywhere. Like, the resolution was so lackluster. I don't know. I didn't get anything out of it. Guys are so quiet.
I know, I'm still trying to wake up. I just woke up and I was like, oh shit, it's 9 o'clock.
Brian needs some coffee.
Never.
Oh,
You could have hung out never, but
Chuck, did you see anything recently?
Not really. I haven't really been watching anything besides YouTube videos lately and preoccupied with other things.
Yeah, I've been binge watching a lot of YouTube videos. It's like I want to go do something else, but then there's this video in my suggestion feed, and I'm like, oh, damn it.
Pretty much.
We got a lot of people watching. We got Lita Ferrari. I think it's how you say her name. He says, hey guys.
Hey.
Or she says, hey guys.
Greetings and salutations.
Dino's here from the Late Horror Show.
Hey, Dino. What should I say? Greetings, Dino.
I have Nightmare Files is here. And
Hey.
the hand of God Gunshot and the owner of... I'll just call you Gunshot. He says it looks like I just woke up. That's because I did.
Good call.
Should I don the hat or something? Or is my hair that bad?
No, just let it
Yeah.
be free.
It's a little goofy.
Or Brian.
I know, I need a haircut.
I'm just looking at Netflix movies now to see if I give you some recommendations, Ray.
There's like nothing on Netflix right now.
They're
That's
they're
not true. There's stuff on there.
Not that's, I don't know, nothing that piqued my interest. It seems like the same 7 things over and over again.
Yeah. It's not pretty.
It's really red and white. Gunshot says, yes, put a hat on or take a shower. I just took a shower like 2 hours ago. Pizza, I mean, I don't know. Lately, Horace is making some pizza chop.
Okay, I have chicken. Way better than pizza.
Lita Ferry says it's actually Lita Ferry, but I spell Ferrari the correct way. Or Ferry. Okay. So Ferry spelled actually like F-A-E-R-I-E. Very interesting. I didn't know that.
Oof.
I know this is. I should have come up with the topic for this video, but I've been so tired.
That's fine. What do you watch on Netflix on, Ray?
What's that?
What do you watch Netflix on?
Pretty much everything.
Okay.
You mean like TV or computer?
Yeah, all right. You're saying that's fine. I can give you a tip. It's legal, so that's why I'm like I can give you to look at other things, newer or just different selections. Just get on the website Express in your email. You'll have a week trial, and you can connect to Canadian and United Kingdom Netflix.
Oh,
So they have much different selections than we do.
nice.
The UK has a lot more mainstream, or just mainstream as in what's come out in the past few years. A lot less crap indie, and Canada is just all over the place. They have a very interesting Netflix and lots of chick flicks movies for Joey, and
It's true though.
yeah, they have a lot of them. It's very interesting. Both of them, and it's legal. Netflix patched it, but they patched it for European countries and stuff, but they didn't patch it for the English-speaking ones. So
That's so weird.
yeah, it's technically legal. That's why I'm telling you that. And you don't have to do any sort of card information in your email, and they'll give you a week's trial free.
Nice. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I tell everyone it's really nice, and you get a lot of different stuff.
Did you hear what Suspiria the remake was rated R for? It's ridiculous.
What?
It's rated R for disturbing content involving ritualistic violence, bloody images, and graphic nudity, and for language including some sexual references.
These are all things I enjoy.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that's just a little too much. A little too much stuff to fit into that little box like next to read.
Yeah, I imagine so. As far as the aesthetic of it, it really just is from. It just made me think of like House of the Devil and that specific years that they were like, let's do 70s movies before everyone turned their attention to the 80s.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
The shots that he used and stuff, it looks very similar to House of the Devil.
Yeah.
It's fine. House of the Devil is really good. It's fine.
I haven't seen it, but I think I own it. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I might have bought it.
It's one of the few DVDs I have.
One of the few that make it.
It was really good, and then he did the Innkeepers as his follow up, and it was like, okay, you're going downhill, aren't you? And then he just, Ty West proceeded to go downhill.
We got some more comments here. Interview with the Vampire coming to Netflix in July. That's a good movie.
That'll be interesting.
Wait, is it going to be a TV series or is it going to be just a movie? Or are they showing the original movie?
It would just be the original.
Okay, thank God.
I know. They would be promoting the crap out of it if it was original.
Gunshot says, well, maybe you should brush your hair. I just woke up, dude. Give me a chance. Lita Ferry says, anyone seeing Hereditary?
Oh,
I know
have.
someone has. Yeah.
I really liked it. From what I could see. It's one of those, like, you definitely want to watch it again, at least. One more time. There's a lot of, like, little things. If you're not paying super close attention, you're going to miss and you won't be able to appreciate it later.
Yeah, I want to see it. I don't think I'll see it in the theater. I don't know. Is it worth seeing in theaters, do you think?
I think it was, but I also really wanted to like rewatch it immediately, and I don't really have like an extra like $40 to do that again because you have to get snacks again, you know, and bring someone because you can't go to the movies alone.
I've done that so many times. It's like, oh, this was so awesome, don't you think so? I turn to the person and look at me funny. Oh, you're not my friend. That's right.
just kidding. Well, me and Joey went, and there's so much stuff that you have to read, and I can't see that well right now. So I kept leaning over. I'm like, what does that say? It's like, Jesus Christ, lady. I'm like, come on. All right.
Is he streaming?
I think he's watching baseball.
Oh. Aw.
I'm gonna text him and tell him to shut the hell up.
That doesn't Nightmare Files. They're a horror fan. If you watch a movie and you appreciate it, you're a fan. It doesn't matter if it has all that crap. There's a place for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
I don't like divisive language like that. The real fans and the fake fans and stuff. If you like something, you don't. And you can criticize and still like something. You can blindly love something and still be a fan or whatever.
It's all based on your opinion.
Yeah. That type of mindset problem these days because we don't need to get tribal.
Yeah, we have everything else very diverse. We don't need the horror genre or community diverse.
Oh, it's yeah, there's a lot of divisiveness in the world, and don't need to create any more language that could possibly divide people even further. That's all. Next. This crappy book is worth $160.
Which one is it?
Why? It's the Halloween, the Scream Factory from 1997 that I bought for $4 in 1997. And it's now worth $160, and it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Guys, if you can't see anything nice, don't say anything nice at all. Don't say anything at all. Besides, it's not an octopus on SpongeBob, it's a squid. It's what they call Squidward.
And yeah. What are you doing, Chop?
Is he frozen?
Awesome. I don't know.
Well, he said he was getting a thunderstorm coming. He'd be knocked out of his power.
Yeah. The Invitation, Ray?
What's that?
Have you seen The Invitation?
I have.
Okay.
That was messed up.
Oh, have you seen Housebound?
Yes, that was very
Dang
good.
it.
I really loved Housebound.
There's only yeah.
It's
they're
really
good.
good.
Oh, okay, you're back.
Yeah, it's really coming down now.
Aw.
There's only just a couple of good flicks, like you had said, just a couple of, and those were kind of the ones I remembered off the top of my head because they're always on.
Yeah.
I
Housebound
think
has been on there for months.
Wait, no.
UK or Canada, either one of them, they have like Black Coat's Daughter and stuff. Crap, I just had the movie in my head and forgot it. Oh well. Stop playing a stupid Luke Cage commercial. Sorry.
Nightmare Files said, "What are you all talking about? Really, I was talking to Lita because Hereditary received bad ratings." Shake my head. Okay, but you also said I'm not talking about any. No, but you also said us real horror fans appreciate the build-up. And let me try to read this again. I just woke up, so I'm trying to figure this all out. Us real horror fans appreciate the build-up in horror. So I don't know. Let's just not start any drama tonight. It's one of those chill kind of nights. I know no one's trying to start drama, so let's just try to keep it from ever happening.
Do you have what all streaming you use, Ray? Just
What?
I said, what all streaming services do you use?
Shudder.
Oh, Shudder. Okay, I can hook you up with Shudder.
Ooh, I use Shudder and Prime Video, but I can only use those like on the TVs.
Okay, what's the best thing for you to watch stuff on right now with your eyesight and stuff?
Probably the TV. Just
okay. Well then, okay. What's that?
I don't know. Where did that come from?
I think Chop is housing some animals.
Uh-oh.
I haven't been on Shudder in a minute.
Hey Zach, Zachary Haith's on here. So is well, there was still up above it. Monster Deacon.
Monster Deacon.
And Zachary, I'll get those packages out to you as soon as possible. It's just been hectic around here. We've just moved a whole bunch of stuff around in the house, so we were really busy trying to get everything settled. But as soon as I get the time, I'll send the packages out from that contest you won of mine.
And Nightmare Files always gets really bad ratings from the general public. Any A24 movie always, I know, really low score. I'm pretty sure It Follows had maybe a C- at best when it comes to cinema score. Cinema score, they just polling people who are walking out of the theater the first night it's playing. So,
Gotcha.
and then that's generally the rating, and that'll give people an idea of how the public are going to receive it. However, I think Hereditary now has become A24's biggest horror movie as far as making money. Box office stuff. The Witch and box office this past weekend.
I believe that.
So it's doing pretty well for them.
Lita Ferry says she uses her Fire Stick and Terrarium, whatever, however you say that.
Terrarium. It's not.
It's my friend has a Fire Stick actually. She gets all the movies. I'm like, But also Gunshot says or asks, what's your guys' favorite movie that you saw recently?
I'd have to say Hereditary.
Look at my Letterboxd.
I gotta look at my list of what I watched recently.
Yeah, that's what I need to do because I have no clue what I've watched recently.
Well, it's because I do those monthly videos where I talk about every movie I watched the past month. beforehand. So let's see. And this month, probably, if I were to pick,
it goes back 2 weeks. No,
it'd be for non-horror action, it would be Death Sentence, and for horror, it'd be Todd Cheats' The House of Forbidden Secrets, because those are both really cool, great movies. Dude, Death Sentence made me cry. I was like, oh man, that's harsh.
Aw.
The Bruce Willis one.
No, that's the Death Wish remake.
Yeah,
the one with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, James Wan. Gotcha. Yeah, I forget that movie exists so much, and then yeah, reminded.
It's really underrated, but
it was good.
It was, but it's like one of those kind of movies you only watch once in a while, really.
Yeah.
Also, because it hits you really hard. It's like here, one to slap in the face, one another one. I can't. We'll do it twice in a row. A punch to the gut or something. Saying slapped in the face kind of makes it sound like I'm saying that it's a terrible movie, but it's really good.
I haven't seen anything really new.
Chop, how dare you? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm still trying to for something I have actually watched recently.
Jesus.
Let's see. Monster Deacon says, "How are the hosts this evening?" I'm good. I'm just tired. How are you guys doing?
I'm dead on the inside.
Oh, same.
I'm in very bad pain. And no, that's pretty much it.
How's your back doing, Chop?
I've been laying in bed most of the day, so I don't really know yet.
Aw.
I'm trying to rest and hope that stop hurting, but
Alita Ferrari says, "Did any of you see Pie Wacket?" I've seen the cover.
Hated Pie Wacket.
Isn't that the one with a blue cover with the person kind of like extending their limbs out or something? Or am I thinking of a different movie? Let me take a look here.
Pie Wacket has 2 different posters.
What's that about?
Oh, yeah,
it's about a girl hates her mom, and she calls on magic to call on a demon witch thing to kill her mom, and then decides, hey, actually I don't want my mom dead. It's the general premise. It's if I compare it to any movies, I'll spoil it. I didn't like it. I'll say that. I didn't like it.
Nightmare Files says Hereditary was very good. I loved it. Oh no, I loved it. It Follows. It had an old school vibe.
Same.
It Follows is really good, but I think that for some people it was too different in its time, you know?
The score for that was so good.
Yeah, the score is overpowering though.
Yeah.
The score is really good. The score is excellent for that movie. But it's so loud and in your face, and when you have a really chill, toned down movie and you have this score that is just all up in your business. It's just like, what is this? It's not complimenting, it's taken me out of experience, and I'm thinking, wow, this score is awesome, rather than wow, this movie's great. It follows. I just wish just more effort with story, and my opinion on A24 in general is if they put as much effort as they do in atmosphere into their stories, they're the best horror studio, or the best horror studio making horror films, or best studio making horror films. Sorry, took me a while to get there.
Oh, gotcha.
But because I mean, they're putting out the other films that are dramas and dramedies and stuff like Lady Bird, which are just from every single aspect. And then when it comes to horror, they focus so much on atmosphere and just a theme. And it's like, well, what about story? It's not a bad thing to have a cool scene just reminiscent of something that existed 40 years ago. Sorry. And that's all I think with them. I don't hate them. I appreciate what they're doing. I just wish they would put that's all. Couldn't go ahead, Brian. I was done.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, like I think one of the best movies that have like an 80s vibe, a 70s vibe with an 80s score is You're Next.
That's what?
You're Next.
Oh, yeah. That was excellent.
Like you think the whole movie is like 70s, got a 70s vibe, and then all of a sudden this 80s music comes in and you're like, wait, what? Gunshot says, my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie of all time is Double Impact. What is yours? I haven't seen many. From what I remember, isn't he in The Expendables too?
Yes.
He's like the bad guy. Because I think it was really good in The Expendables too, but I need to see more of his movies. I think I have Hard Target. I think that has him in it too. Let's see. Jean-Claude Van Damme is in The Expendables too as the bad guy. Was he in Hard Target? Yeah, he's in Hard Target. I want to see that when I have that one on Blu-ray.
On the Van Damme show, I already forgot the name of it. Was it just called Van Damme? The one on Prime, they made a show with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Which one was it?
Van Johnson or something?
I think so. It's like
Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Yeah, there we go. But I just saw it and thought,
I kind of want to see that Karate Kid spin around story with Cobra Kai, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It looks kind of funny.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, no.
No, actually, I've been meaning to watch that for quite a while. It gets brought up a lot.
Yeah.
And at times I can say, I'm meaning to watch it. I just keep kind of forgetting, although I probably actually will watch it tonight. Bad TV to watch. So I'll more than likely start it.
How about Bloodsport, anyone?
Oh, isn't that Jean-Claude Van Damme too?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Bloodsport is bomb.
I need
Street
to see.
Fighter.
I have so many action movies, but I haven't seen a lot of them. I've seen.
Hey, do we have another extension?
What?
Neighborroonies need an extension cord. Their new air conditioner doesn't fit.
I don't know.
Dude,
It's not a good time.
Keep your personal life off stream, god dang it.
I don't know. Look up there. Or look in the white box right there.
Keep your personal life off stream.
How about
God.
a neighbor?
I'm trying.
Neighbor.
Oh, I'm a bit of a liar, by the way. I just realized I actually have watched the first episode of Cobra Kai. I haven't watched any more of it though.
Have you guys ever seen Steel Dawn with Patrick Swayze?
No.
It's an
What's that one?
movie. It's a post-apocalyptic action movie from the late 80s.
Is it better than Over the Top?
I haven't seen Over the Top.
Oh,
Isn't that the arm wrestling one with Schwarzenegger?
yes.
I'm gonna say it sounds really familiar.
yeah. It sure is a movie.
I've seen Cobra, right, with Sylvester Stallone.
Mhm.
The movie's kind of a mess. But it was supposed to be like 3 hours long or something, and they cut it to an hour and a half.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They did that with a lot of movies that were originally like 3 or 4 hours, and they cut it to like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it really fucked the movie up.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid was Wolfen, and that movie was just supposed to be 4 hours long, and they cut it to like 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's Hereditary was originally 3 hours long.
I want to
Yeah,
see the
apparently they cut
director's
it
cut
up.
of that in the worst way, like what
Yeah.
they took out.
They said there would be deleted scene in the full 3-hour cut. So,
Good.
What about that?
oh, go ahead.
What about that? Director's cut of the new It movie they've been promising for like months, and then just stopped talking about it.
I want that also.
What movie?
Yeah.
It.
Yeah, the one that they scheduled to come out in 2019.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'd be kind of weird because then if they promised that it would come out, if they promised that it would come out like at the time the second movie comes out, and they have a director's cut of the second movie, when's that one gonna come
Oh,
out?
the director's cut. Oh, I don't know. Probably never.
I can see that.
Accurate.
They have like some like that Evil Dead extended cut. I had to order a UK region free. No, it was region free Blu-ray to actually see the full movie in the uncut edition.
Oh.
They're probably going to wait until they can figure out how to put Jessica Chastain in the first one.
Sell
It's
it.
like, yes, that the director's cut that we filmed new scenes for, so Stain can try and get some screen time because she's so desperate to be loved.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry, she kind of sucks. I mean, it's
Why
not
would
that she sucks, it's just that she's very stone cold, and that's okay. Be stone cold, but like, don't. You're not Bev, Dad. Jessica. Sorry. Sorry.
I while we were talking, I just uploaded a video on my book update. How's that?
Mhm.
Multitasking.
Have you seen Coherence, Ray?
No. Is that about the one with the kid that thinks he's
No.
a vampire? Am I
Oh no,
thinking
that's
something else?
Transfiguration.
Okay.
Coherence, it's on Shudder. I think it's also on Prime, but I don't know. It's on both, I guess, probably more than likely. It's got Zender from Buffy on it.
Sold.
It's a. It wouldn't. I don't know if I put it all the way in the horror category, but it's really great, and that's. I didn't expect it to be. I thought, yeah, this would be okay, and then I was really into it whenever I did one a few years ago. I
Okay.
think like 2014 or so it came out. 13, 14, I don't know. And it's just about a group of very dysfunctional friends getting together for dinner, and a comet is going to pass overhead, and then they every time they start to walk out and leave, they pass a row of bushes, and more or less dimension hopping and don't know it. And
Oh.
so they start to come across themselves at dinner.
I'm gonna add that to
And
my list.
mayhem ensues. There's murder and violence and stuff. But
Good.
yeah, it's just I would say it's a sci-fi thriller, I guess, but more thriller than say more psychological than anything, because it's very twisty because you have to start wondering who all is from the beginning of the movie, and there's a lot of Hitchcockian elements, but also not really because it's kind of sci-fi. It's a hard,
I'll have
so
to check that
I would
out.
highly recommend that for something good to watch.
Y'all need to have your in your life. The Hunter from the future.
Yes, we do.
He's the man, you know. Yo.
The only other one I would recommend off the top of my head, titled, so I'll recommend that when your vision gets better. So, but Coherence is obviously in English because it has Zender. So
Oh, good. Everything I want to watch right now is freaking subtitled, I swear. Like, I'll put it on and I'm like, yes. And then I'm like, I can't see that well. We'll put that on the back burner.
Well, then you all need to listen to The Hunter from the Future.
Since you can't see, you can listen to this.
Actually, I think Prime had some decent stuff on. Let me go look at them.
Then we have a question from Monster Deacon saying, what horror would you think you would survive, and which horror do you think you would be the first to die? I'd probably be, if I was to survive, it'd be like not a zombie outbreak, but like just a slasher story. Because I know all the ins and outs of those kinds of movies, but if it was like a creature feature, then I wouldn't be athletic enough to run from the creature.
Aww.
I'm working on it. Soon I can be running from those monsters. Screaming, Godzilla!
I feel like in my current state, I'd probably be pretty screwed unless it's like the way you stay alive is you don't see things very clearly.
It's a haunted house movie. Oh God, what's going on?
I'm just in the corner like, what?
What happened again? What do you mean?
You're very 50. I think you're very 50-50, Ray, because I think it would be used as a joke if it was a movie, like the guy in Ravenous that kept popping up.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
And so it was so 50-50 with him, and then it was an accident.
That guy was like, oh, I loved him so much. He was such a dick, but like not entirely there. So you're just like, oh.
Yeah, he was extremely funny. I really appreciated him.
Mm-hmm. I felt bad about,
Yeah,
happened to him, but
Jerks Productions is here. Isn't that Cody from the
no, that his name's Brandon.
Oh,
Hello.
I'm all confused.
You just woke up, honey.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
gonna
Brandon.
find this extension cord quick. I'll be right back.
Liar.
He never comes back. Dun, 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 dun.
My cat's gonna take over the live stream.
leaves and just says, "Those guys are freaking boring."
No, I can't hear you anymore.
That's what she's saying right now. I'm right.
Let's see. Oh, if a gunshot says if my phone autocorrects one more goddamn time, I'm going to chuck it out the window. I agree.
I know the feeling.
Like I tried to type in a certain word, and I had to do it 5 times because it kept on autocorrecting. I was like, come on. It's just at the start of a big paragraph I was writing. I was like, this is stupid.
Who's here? Oh. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Chop.
Mhm.
Hi, Chase.
I
Got any new rings, Chop? Or after that Michael one you showed me?
No, haven't spent my money on anything new yet. I kind of save up a little bit. Just wait.
Wait for the next big box set to come out.
Till
Did
the
you
producer's cut of Halloween 2018 comes out.
Did you hear they're releasing a new box set with all 11 movies? No, just kidding.
Picks up everything, just throws it around.
I give up!
I did that one time when me and Chase were talking, right, Chase?
right. I don't know.
Pick stuff up and throw it around.
Don't you do that all the time?
No, not today.
You sure?
Looks at his cloud mask like
Not
you're going
today.
down. No way you live.
I
Uh-oh.
think I would survive pretty much any horror movie.
You know, Chase used to be the one who was killed by a stupid person's decision. Like, oh, maybe we should do this. And you'd be like, no, that's just not a good idea. Then you guys end up doing it anyway. It gets you killed.
So pretty much the stoner in Cabin in the Woods. It's like, no, that's a terrible idea. No, what are you doing? Although, I mean, he technically until the end, but kind of ended the world. So
It was worth it.
I feel like I would have done pretty much the same thing in that movie. So
Dude, I swear he's like the funniest and best stoner in any horror movie. All the other ones are kind of annoying. Besides the one from the movie Lost After Dark. He was actually kind of a good-hearted guy, but he didn't live quite as long as Marty. Lita Fairy says, I have a long day tomorrow, so you guys have a good night. See ya. Have a good day tomorrow. Jerks Production asks, question, if you could remake any horror movie your way, what would you pick? Oh boy, there's so many.
anyway,
Not like 80s or 90s remake. Well, maybe late 90s, but like in the past 15, 20 years. Some movies desperately need a remake.
We can hear you. We can all hear you.
They're here. So if I were to remake something, honestly, even before they remade Leprechaun with the dark twist, I wanted that, but I wanted it to be better than how it turned out.
Then we all.
Yeah. I would have likable characters, a talking leprechaun that's sick and twisted.
So you mean the original Leprechaun movies, right?
Yeah, but not nearly as like
Horny.
yeah, comedic or horny or
Did you say horny?
ornery.
I heard something else.
I get. I'm the king of bullshitting here, so I'm running this stream.
Fair
What
enough.
did I miss?
A lot.
Uh-oh.
No, so Jerks Production asked if you could remake any horror, what would you remake? And I was like Leprechaun, but actually better than the remake we got, but still dark and twisted. And I thought Chop said horny, and I copied him. I was like, they're like, did you say horny? I'm like, oh no.
Oh my.
Screaming Joker Productions asks, how is Amanda? There's really no new updates as of right now, but
Yep.
as soon as I find out, or as soon as any of us find out anything, we'll let you know. The Screaming Joker also asks, would you like to see a horror movie based on the War of the Worlds? They've done that a couple times with low budget movies, but nothing too horrific. But it would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it'd be like Skyline. They come for the brains and they rip them out. Although, why they come in War of the Worlds? Just to overtake the planet, but they were allergic to germs or something.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's no worse than Signs. The water, it burns. The planet's mostly water.
It's like if you have the technology base, you would have the technology to test the environment.
Or maybe
And
they
its
have the technology
compatibility with your biology.
Or maybe they have the technology to get rid of the water. Oh. Nobody thought of that, now did they?
I don't know. And is it all water? Is there any variation? Like if I put salt in it, is that going to change things up and they're going to be fine?
The water or
something.
Good question.
And is it even the water? Because she had all this glass sitting around in her room for a really long time, so it could have been bacteria in the water.
An homage to War of the Worlds.
Don't forget they didn't know how to open and close doors.
What's that?
They didn't know how to open or close doors, I guess. Or open doors.
Just
what are they, zombies all of a sudden?
Even raptors can open doors. Come on.
Clever girl.
Clever girl. Must go faster.
Who's seen that car commercial with Jeff Goldblum and the T-Rex?
What?
Yeah, there's a commercial with Jeff Goldblum and a Toyota or whatever trying to drive away from a T-Rex.
Huh.
Sounds about right.
It's a promotional video. It's not from the movie itself, but just promotional.
That's awesome.
It's from the movie.
He's in it for more than 5 seconds.
Gasp. To go remake question, I would remake Waxwork. I've actually been wanting that one to be remade. I forgot.
I love that movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it was great, but it has a lot of potential to go so and be less of that movie and more that's that movie that was been as it's my party and I'll cry if I want to in the end credits. And it could be I don't know, I hate losing the comedy aspects, so probably keep some comedy. Yeah, I hear him too. Or just but it do so much good serious stuff, and you can draw because of the nature of the Waxwork Museum. You can draw from classic and revamp it in your own way and change things up, because I mean you pretty much had Dracula and stuff in there.
The
What
Marquis
about
de Sade.
Yeah,
My
so
favorite was the
good.
werewolf.
Watching that
werewolf.
movie
Of
as an
course it was,
adult,
Brian.
I realized like all the stuff I missed. Like I had no idea what certain words meant when I was a child, and then watching it like a few months ago, I was like, "Oh, that's not appropriate at all."
And
Yes, it
it's
is.
towards the end with all the old men coming to fight and stuff. It's a little silly, little tiny
The
bit.
guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah, and just shape it all up. I think it would be a great one to do because it's an anthology movie without being an anthology movie.
Yeah. What about
So-
Waxwork 2, Lost in Time?
Ooh,
Let's.
that's such a movie. It's still enjoyable,
I
though,
mean-
you know.
Well, let's see what happens with the remake.
We'll call that Waxwork 2, Time is Lost.
Time's up.
Time's up.
No. No. So,
Dedicated to Chase.
what
about a remake What about a remake of Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Mm,
No.
No,
no.
product of its time, and it's
Yeah.
perfect how it is.
Yeah.
Or I'm looking at my shelf here. I'm like, maybe.
You're wrong.
It's been brought up a couple times on the actual when the horror show have talked about remaking stuff, and I always pitch it, and they always say yes, or at least Marcia does. The Faculty, I would love to see it be remade into an actual movie.
That would be cool.
Something that isn't just full of scream dialogue and actual character development and make wonder who is infected and who's not. And even though yes, it is just body snatchers, but still
Yeah.
it is really interesting.
You know, to make a great remake is
But I would do a TV series of that. Go ahead.
the Deadly Eyes Killer Rat movie, but it's based off the book by James Herbert, The Rats. Dude, that book is all sorts of graphic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. There's the Rats, there's Lair, and there's Domain. And each of them are like the second one's kind of like a Jaws ripoff because it came out after Jaws, but the first one was before Jaws.
Mhm.
Joey says, "Could you people keep it down? I'm trying to watch baseball."
So annoying. Nah.
No, we're trying to talk about horror movies. That's better than baseball.
Screaming Joker Productions said, I'm more meant for a bigger budget remake of War of the Worlds with heart and not that crappy War of the Worlds with C. Thomas Howell. That's the one I was talking about. And George
I'll be
Romero,
back just a few minutes real quick.
Sure.
I gotta get up. I'll be back.
No.
Did George Romero direct Invaders from Mars? I think that's one that Screaming Joker is just trying to talk about.
No idea.
George Romero, you multifaceted bastard.
Oh, he was such a beautiful man.
It's I feel so bad that he passed away.
Yeah.
I'm not one to cry over celebrities passing away, but that one hurt.
Yeah. And then the year where all these people were just dying. Like, come on, stop it. Every day someone new died.
Yeah, it's enough.
Last year was hard. Like, as soon as 2018 started, everyone just stopped dying. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm back real quick just to say Invaders from Mars was Toby Hooper.
Oh, okay.
And also, I don't know. Something
Okay.
in my head to ask, but then I forgot
Oh.
after I said Toby Hooper. So, but yeah, that's who
Yeah.
made Invaders from Mars. I was thinking about that. Oh, Mask, Ray, you've seen Behind the Mask, correct? Rise
Yes.
of Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Phil, continue.
I do want to rewatch all of those though. Like I wanted to rewatch like all the Hatchets and then Behind the Mask.
Ooh, I love Hatchet. I love all
Mhm.
4 of them.
Since I have the time for a little bit. Unfortunately.
Have you already seen them all?
I have. I don't remember them in great detail. But I remember really liking them and liking, especially that they had funny parts.
Yeah, they're funny, but they're not like they're more over the top in the gore than they are in the humor, but the humor is like kind of down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, holy crap, this is ridiculous, but it's happening.
Yes. Oh, I saw a good comment here. I have a
What?
moment of clarity. It says, damn it, hold on. I gotta
It's on
scroll down.
it's on the comment section.
It says, would you like to see Van Damme in a horror movie? And that I would say hell yes.
Oh, well, yeah, I just saw that too. I was like looking for like, what are you talking about? Maybe I'm the one who needs the eye surgery.
Eye surgery all around.
Jerks Production says I want a Tingler remake. I have Tingler. I just need to watch the damn thing with Vincent Price. Right, that's the one with Vincent Price.
I think so. That sounds right. I just remember the shtick that they did in the movie theaters.
Yeah, wasn't they like put buzzers on the chair or something?
On only like a certain few ones, and they'd be like, "Oh, the Tingler's coming," and set them off just to get reactions out of people, which is
Or-
awesome.
Might be scary.
Hmm?
Nothing. I think I made a horrible abomination of a drawing. Okay, I think it turned out well. Not mine. Oh,
I'm
God.
sure it's great.
Wait, Roger Corman directed The Tingler? What? You mean Roger Corman directed a decent movie? I love his movies, but like even back in the 50s, they were kind of hit and miss. Most of them were miss. Like they were so bad they were good.
That's the best kind.
Yeah, that is. But The Tingler was directed by. I don't believe you. I'm probably totally wrong, but
Aw.
I don't know how I didn't know that. Let me see. But let me look for the fucking Tingler. The Tingler. Tingler. There you go. No, it was directed by William Castle. I was like, he did not direct The Tingler. Yeah, William Castle, who was like the inspiration for Dark Castle in the 90s and early 2000s. Or he was something like that.
Interesting.
I've done good today with animation work. I finally made my first 1 minute animation.
Because it takes time.
Yeah, I did it all in one day. Well,
There's only
yeah.
23 hours of that one day.
Then again, I also stayed up all night. So
Yeah, you messaged me that night, and then I was gonna message you back, but I fell asleep. I looked on in the morning, you were still on. Like, damn it, champ. Also, Hand of God says, Brian, I would like to message you sometime. Do you have a Twitter or a Facebook? I do have a Facebook. It's in the description. It's my Facebook fan page. Then you can go to the link. It says facebook.com/podjaws. It's right in the description. Just send me a message through that, please. It's nice to be loved.
Must be.
Oh, Chop, I'm gonna get you to 1,000 subs. Don't worry.
I thought you might talk about a different type of love.
Oh, buddy.
Come on, scroll up, goddammit. There we go. We're almost done. I don't even know what's going on stream. You guys could be making faces at me and I still wouldn't know what's going on.
We're not making faces.
Liars, I'm
evil
sitting.
eye.
That's just my face.
It's not funny, Chop.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I'm back. Wow. Oh, cold.
Oh. Meh.
Meh, chicken's chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've been doing this for so long, and it took me forever to get to 1,000 subs. But and then I started uploading every day. I made like 400 since December. But it's a lot of effort. And it takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Did you just burp, Chop? How dare you? That's my stream.
No, I did this.
Uh-huh.
I had something caught in my throat. My burps are actually.
That was
I really can't burp unless if my mouth is closed because I am so used to just being so. Well, now it's coming down again. You know, I have good manners, I guess you could say, where it's just stuck in my brain to be like, like that. But it's actually a clear throat thing.
It's like my dad. Whenever he thinks of something funny, he's like,
he, who, ha, ha.
He's not laughing. He's trying to think of how to say it. And then he's like, so. What are you talking about? Just say it.
Say it! There's a
George
breakout.
Production is heading out.
What?
George Production is heading out. He says,
Aw.
have a good stream. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good night, Jerks. I'm sorry.
I'm going to assume her eyes are brown. Probably a bad idea, but I'm doing it anyways. I don't care.
Oh,
I've been doing this all day, god dang it.
Her eyes are black like her soul.
Well, I'm drawing Lori's daughter in the 2018 movie. I just got done doing Jamie from Halloween 4 for an animation thing, so.
You're going to be all prepared for this entire franchise.
What?
You're going to be all prepared for this entire franchise. Jeff Lloyd is here. He says, favorite horror movie soundtrack. Oh, that's a hard one. I have so many. I've probably got over 50 on the CD. Off the top of my head, I for what I've listened to recently, I'd have to go with the Evil Dead remake. I love that music in that movie. I don't think it gets enough credit.
Hey, Chase.
Yeah, I'm back.
I can tell.
I'm back, and then I just realized I forgot my water. And that sucks.
Second black.
Oh, well.
You can go get it. We don't mind.
Navy blue. I'm thinking of soundtracks.
Yeah, I like Deep Blue Sea's music too a lot. That doesn't get enough recognition.
Save. And we have them done. Yay.
The new It has great music.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I like the part when they go through the doors and all of a sudden you hear this is loud bass. Like he's really fucking pissed. Or the singer or whatever you call it. So, favorite soundtrack?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of something that isn't just so obvious. So-
I like
Ooh,
Jaws.
I thought of one.
What?
Lost Highway. That's kind of a horror, sort of. I really like the soundtrack.
Anything done by Goblin?
well, I mean, just sound the person who scored the movie. I guess that's what we're judging by. I don't know. Whatever.
What's the movie?
The one I just said?
No, Chase.
No, I haven't said
Oh, okay.
anything yet. I'm still thinking.
What's Lost Highway about, Ray?
What
It's,
is Lost Highway about, Ray?
we're not quite sure. You gotta watch it.
Explain Lost Highway.
Don't
The
make me
meaning of
Just
it.
play the Inception music in the background.
Hey.
It's
Groove
a lot
of
of
Ray
crazy
Animators
saxophone.
here.
Is he? What does he say?
Yeah. Chase, you're obvious.
Yeah.
Chase, you're obvious.
He tried to make a joke, it backfired. It happens.
What was the joke?
He's obvious. I don't know.
Screaming Joker Productions says, "Do you think Ray could play something on guitar? Because those looking like some pretty sweet guitars there."
I could play bass, just not like. I can't see well enough to get my amp, but if I could, I would. Like, I can't lift it. I'm not allowed to lift anything, so I'm useless. But someday,
They're not
someday,
useless.
they are pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. The Schecter is especially sweet. It has little bats in the fretboard. It's so beautiful.
Bats, like actual like drawings of bats, or
No, they're like inlaid in the fretboard. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. I can't lift it, but I assure you, it's super sweet. Jerk says we could all use 1,000 subs here. That's not the most important thing, though.
no, it's not.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, if I had like, I mean, I almost have 2,000. That doesn't bother me. I still talk to every one of my fans and friends.
I think the way cooler thing is just like all the friendships and connections and finding like-minded people.
Yeah, like even if you comment and I don't get back right away, I always reply pretty much, unless you've been weird. Then
Yeah, unless it's
Hey,
something.
Brian, where do you live?
Chase, I mean Chop. God damn it. Chase is like, whatever. I'm on a mission.
Yeah, I'm still. Oh, I'll just do Phantasm. I'll just do that.
That's a great soundtrack.
Ooh, yeah.
It's. I mean, it's a bit lately, but otherwise, you just have the obvious ones. The Thing had a brilliant soundtrack.
Halloween,
Yeah, that's so.
obvious.
Yeah, and like anything else, like Psycho or Solid, it's so obvious.
I like the Friday 13th music by Harry Manfredini.
Which is again, it's so. If you hear anything from it, you immediately know. Yeah, that's Friday 13th.
Yeah, but if
he
you hear
had such
Phantasm, like, is this an offshoot of Halloween or something? Like, no, this is fucking Phantasm.
Phantasm. I would think more of Suspiria or even Exorcist before I would think Halloween.
I could see Exorcist.
Yeah. Dude, the first time I watched Phantasm was like a year or two ago. I was like blown away, and then I watched all of them afterwards. Ray's like, what? But I really enjoy them all. What?
Did you love all the sequels?
I loved all the sequels. My least favorite is probably part 4. It's just too much stock. Oh, not stock footage. reused footage of the first movie.
I feel like that's every sequel though. It's like there's a big chunk of like the first one in each of them.
Yeah, but that's usually like in parts 2 and 3. That's mostly in the intro, and the outro. But no, the intro. I'm sorry. But in Phantasm 4, it's throughout the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't like to talk about part 5, but I didn't hate it. I kind of liked it.
I still have yet to watch Ravager.
Ravager. I always thought it said Revenger, and like, what is Revenger? That's stupid.
Phantasm Revenger. It's the Revenger of the Tall Man.
This time, it's super personal.
It's Revenger.
Yeah, that movie sucks. That movie sucks so much.
Damn it.
Sucks so much. I couldn't even finish it.
Really?
I just fast forwarded to the end. I was like, I can't with you, movie. You look like you were shot on a cell phone. not an iPhone, just like some droid offshoot.
Like a flip phone.
So, yeah,
So
it's so.
So Chase, a 3.5 out of 5 is too generous.
For Ravager, yeah.
That's
I mean, I'm
that's what
fine
what I
with
gave
the
it.
ending and story and crap. I'm fine with it because I've always, since Sung, I always thought, oh, so every movie's like a different dimension. Okay. And when Reggie in the first movie touched the two prong things, he just shifted everyone to where it's bouncing from dimension to dimension in each movie. It's like, okay, that's fine. That's acceptable. That makes sense. But then, yeah, so it answered that question that I already had answered in my head. And then just a bunch of nonsense, and then paying tribute to Angus, which is fine because it took them like 40 years to just create an ending. And so they literally killed him by taking so much time.
That's so sad.
Who's excited for Phantasm 6, and who should play Angus? Or who should play the tall man?
Ever that it's been.
They need to make a Phantasm 6 and have the short man.
The average height man.
Eye level man. So Zachary Haith says Bruce's Screaming Joker production says, do you think that Bruce Campbell is joking about retiring from Ash?
Is he joking?
Give him enough money and we'll see.
That's true. That's true.
But it's only fair because like he's been wanting to do something like this for a while, and they just never gave him the damn money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then he finally struck gold, and then everyone stopped watching it after season 3. I'm like, oh well, that's your own fault.
I prefer that they go out on
There's
a high note, rather than the show just getting crappy.
When his ego heals, he'll be open. Because he is Ash. So you've got to just let his ego, and then he'll be fine.
Monster Deacon has to go. He says, have a great night.
Aw. Good night.
Bye,
Deacon.
Monster.
Don't tell me what to do.
You're not my room.
Stop, your creature. He's Monster. Because you have a C in your name. Haha. Yeah, I want to see Fede Alvarez make an Evil Dead 2 remake.
Yeah,
well, not Evil Dead 2 remake, remake of his own version.
Yeah, I love auditions for it, though. That's great. So, yeah, they have to win.
Yeah. Do you think they will? I don't know anything about the team.
I don't either. So, I don't know.
Probably why it's a really shitty team. He's like, oh, I'll make it if they win.
I think he's just goofing, and he'll make it either way.
Yeah, me
He's
too.
not Bruce Campbell.
He went from like indie director to major studio head of the movie kind of guy in like a blink of an eye. So
Yeah,
of course,
Evil
he's
Dead
gonna-
did well, and then Don't Breathe. That movie
really
did
well.
yeah, it made way too much money.
Yeah, I thought Evil Dead was better than Don't Breathe.
Yeah, Don't Breathe. I wasn't. I don't know. It was,
Dude, the twist in that movie, well, not really a twist, but the reveal in that movie was like, what? If they didn't show it in the trailers, I would have been shocked 10 times more.
I think he's a great director. I'm actually somewhat interested in his Girl in the Spider's Web thing he's doing.
The sequel to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, right?
Yeah, I'm curious enough to watch it, and the trailer was okay. So I'll watch
The trailer looked decent.
it.
What about the nun from the Conjuring universe?
Probably not in theaters because that's a lot of money for
Warner Brothers.
a minute and 20 seconds of Taisa Farmiga walking around. So I don't know. You can't be on one jump scare. I need more.
Well, it's also just a teaser trailer.
Yeah, a teaser trailer less than 3 months before it comes out.
That's true.
So that also does not give me much confidence.
But it looks all like a Corn Hardy movie. Like The Hallow was a naturistic, no, not naturistic, a beautiful film. Like everything was green and misty, and then they kind of carried that over to The Nun. Like the shot of them standing in front of the church or the overview of the land. It was pretty to look at. Then they went into the church, and it was a whole different kind of feel than the usual Conjuring movie.
Screaming Joker wants to know thoughts on Stranger Things. He said he knows you haven't seen it, Brian.
I've seen the first episode.
Okay. First season, really great. They should have stuck with their original idea and done an anthology. In my probably would have saved those children a lot of trouble, considering all the crap that's been going down with Millie Bobby Brown. But really saved her a lot of issues. I don't know. Second season, I didn't really care about dogs with vagina faces running around eating people. It didn't really. I felt like there were no stakes because I had seen the first season. So
Were you sad about Bob though?
I thought it was cheap.
Yeah.
I thought
no spoilers.
No spoilers.
No, I thought it was cheap. I thought it was an illusion of stakes. To be like, oh, anything can happen. Look what just. And it was more like, yeah, but this character is not going to bear any significance on the story going forward. So,
what is it like trying to do The Walking Dead or something?
Huh?
Is it trying to do like what The Walking Dead did?
And shit the bed?
No, I mean like just kill off characters you don't expect to die.
I mean, I feel like you don't get attached to any of the characters really in the second season as much as you were in the first season.
Yeah, the bad episode that was awful, and I never, ever, ever want to see them do anything like that again.
That was
that
like
girl
feeling...
shows up, I probably would just quit watching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she's gonna.
Oh yeah, that sense when
Sorry.
you're embarrassed to be watching, like you feel embarrassed for the person that you're watching, and you're like,
yeah, I felt like I was in the 90s watching that horrible show, and just something that would be on WGN when they were a network in the
yes.
90s. It was so bad, and to see people try and defend it after, like, yes, cool, but that's about as much that episode did, was just make her look cool. Yeah. And it was just a waste of my time. Actually, fast forwarded through that. This is what this is going to be. So let's start fast forwarding. I don't have time for this.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stop the story in the middle of a cliffhanger to one off. Really? No.
Stupid.
So, yeah. I don't know. I think they can. I don't know if they can course correct. I think it's just. I don't know. I don't know. Guess we'll have to see that went up really fast. So,
what about what was it? I just saw it. The Rec series. Like
the zombie.
Yeah, the record.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen those movies. Every time I go to watch them, you have to pay for them, and I'm not doing that.
Well, they have the whole box set coming out from Screen Factory in September. All 4 of them are going to be in it.
Yeah, as I just said too, they're all on Shudder. Well, the three of them are on Shudder or Netflix.
I know, like the original one isn't, and I feel weird like going into it not knowing.
Wait, the original's not on Shudder?
No.
Yeah, you need to watch the first one before you watch the second.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the second one picks up immediately.
I think it's available for streaming on Prime, but you either rent or buy it.
What?
Yeah.
I had all of the on Shudder. I haven't looked, but they used to have all of them. Well, all up until the third one, because everybody seems to have the rights for the fourth one except Netflix.
I'm looking at the scores for the movies. I've only seen the first 2. The first one has like a 7.5 out of 10. And then the second one has a 6.5. Third one has a 5. And the fourth one has a 5.4.
Ooh.
A lot of people, like when I saw the trailer for the third one, I thought it was going to be really cool. But then I saw all the reviews and I kind of got turned off by it. I was like, yeah.
Well, it switched. It was no longer found footage format.
So people wanted it at that time.
Anything on Shudder?
Now everyone's like, stop it.
Yeah, it was. And then it was more of a horror comedy. So I don't know. I think the 2 directors were pretty bored with it, but more so they just thought, we'll do something funny. And so one directed the third and the other directed the fourth one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The guy who made that Veronica movie that everyone freaked out on backlash over. He made the third Rec movie. And the guy Jaume Baguilero, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He made that old movie and he tried to cross over to the States with Anna Paquin, Darkness. I'm waiting for response before I speak anymore.
What about
he made the fourth one. Sorry, go ahead.
What about the remake Quarantine?
I never watched it because I heard that it was pretty much just wreck.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's the points to do something different. And I remember seeing the trailer and they showed the last shot of wreck in the movie.
Yeah.
And so this is just wreck again. So it's like, I don't need to watch this.
Yeah, I saw Quarantine first, unfortunately, but then I saw Wreck and I was like, this is a lot better.
I think I have that movie.
And then they had Quarantine 2, which wasn't actually a remake of the second Quarantine.
Was Mark Hamill or something in the second one? Who was in the second one?
I don't think Mark Hamill was. Let me check.
Someone weird.
Yeah, someone big, but doesn't belong there. We have. Was he like a main character in the second Quarantine, or is this?
I don't know. I thought I remember seeing someone weird, and then
The first Quarantine or the second one?
the second one, but I don't know.
They have Josh Cook in it.
I have no idea.
Screaming Joker Productions asks, any fans of Constantine with Keanu Reeves? I still haven't seen that. I think I have it.
I liked that movie.
It's okay. Yay.
Wonder what that was in reference to. He likes Constantine. Maybe he's just.
I'm sure he does.
I like the part with the cat because nothing bad happens to the cat. Because I saw it in the theater and I pretty much said I'm gonna walk out if anything happens. He's just staring at the cat and the cat has beautiful eyes and I'm like, oh, and then it goes to hell.
It was okay. Say I don't have anything. It's nothing like the comic. It's okay. And
it's a good movie that comes on TV, and sometimes you feel like watching it from the middle.
The comic had a sense of humor.
What did he say?
I don't know, just something from the Necronomicon.
Damn it. Shut up. I can hear me.
Where'd Chop go?
Probably to get food.
Yeah, the comics have a really humor.
What about the? Sorry, go ahead.
So as I was saying, in the movie just did not serious.
What about the Underworld movies?
Hi, people. Like I'm back.
Hi.
I mean, I like the first 3 Underworld movies. The last 2, though. Ooh. Just realizing, oh my god,
get the
so
broom.
Bad.
Get the broom, hit the door, hit the side of the wall.
Like how they had that subplot about how humans were trying to take out the vampires and werewolves. And
it was. All right.
Yeah, but then they completely drop it in the next movie.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, okay. That I was gonna get on the continuity. Like I can the low budget. That was fine. Overrated, but fine. Overrated at the time. Overrated now. Yeah. Not overrated now. Overrated at the time because I was really expecting to see something special.
Yeah.
Something that I haven't seen, or just something I have seen but extremely well executed. It's okay. Not the greatest, not the worst. And then yeah, that's what it was. And then the second one just important in the first one. It's just like meh.
Mm.
It's like don't worry. It pulled a Phantasm 3. It's just like girl who was also as important as Michael, and the tall man really wanted her to. She's dead. Shut up. It's like it's like okay, then why did I waste so much time getting invested in these people for you to just throw them away and just like meh, they're nothing. It's all about the main character.
I think my favorite one was the third one.
Great, he's on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on Twitch?
I just got a notification. Grim. Grimita.
All right. Well, I should probably call this a night because it's gonna be late, and I don't want to stay up too late with people sleeping, making too much noise.
It's 11.
Yeah.
Okay, look.
All right. Well, you guys have anything else you want to say?
Taco Bell.
Oh, I'm just gonna call it night. Wrap up for tonight.
I'm just waiting for someone to say.
All right. Well, I'll do the outro, then we can we'll call it quits for tonight. All right. So, Lion Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to check out Ray and Chop's YouTube page in the description below. And Chase, if you want yours in the description, I don't know if you still have yours. I'll put it in there. And to also check out my Facebook page. It's also in the description. And to leave comments and subscribe.